She walked back onto the court like a ghost from tennis past. No hype, no flashy promos, just Amanda Anisimova, racket in hand, walking quietly back into a sport that once begged her to be its next superstar. And in that very moment, somewhere between nostalgia and curiosity, the tennis world paused. Could it be? Is she really back? Like, in a sport dominated by youth, injuries, pressure, and the mental toll of fame, Amanda's story is not just rare, it's raw. She's been called a prodigy, a disappointment, a comeback queen, and even a what could have been, sometimes all in the same breath. Back in 2019, she had the world watching when she stunned Simona Halep at Roland Garros and made the semifinals at just 17. A teenager with elite shot making, icy confidence, and a backhand that could rip through concrete. For a while, she looked destined to crash the Barty Osaka Sabalenka power club. But then, her life happened. Her father, her coach, her anchor, passed away just weeks before the US Open. Her form dipped. Her mental health declined. She drifted off the radar and eventually took a break from the tour altogether in 2023. Most fans assumed it was over, but now in 2025, Amanda Anisimova is making noise again, and depending on who you ask, it's either the beginning of a powerful second act or just another brief spark from a player we all once loved. So in today's video, we're diving into the full story. Is Amanda Anisimova's return the real deal, or are we being fooled by another one tournament wonder? Let's go deep into her past, break down her recent performances, and figure out what this comeback actually means for women's tennis. To understand Amanda's return, we need to rewind way back, when the world first heard her name. Born in 2001 to Russian parents in New Jersey, Amanda was a junior prodigy almost from the start. She won the 2017 US Open Junior title and climbed to number second in the world in the ITF Junior rankings. But it wasn't just the results, it was how she played. Poised, aggressive, and composed beyond her years. By 16, she had already scored her first WTA main draw win. But it was 2019 that changed everything. At Roland Garros that year, a 17-year-old Amanda Anisimova blazed through the draw, taking out Aryna Sabalenka and Simona Halep before falling to eventual champion Ash Barty in the semifinals. That run made her the youngest semifinalist at the French Open since 2006. Her game, built on laser-flat ground strokes, a gorgeous backhand, and an aggressive baseline style, looked built for modern hard courts and clay. She cracked the top 25 shortly after, sponsors lined up, commentators labeled her America's next Grand Slam hope. And then tragedy struck. Just before the 2019 US Open, Amanda's father and longtime coach, Constantine, passed away suddenly of a heart attack. She withdrew from the tournament, and though she tried to return later in the season, something was off. In the years that followed, Amanda struggled to regain consistency. She reached a few fourth rounds and quarterfinals here and there, including at the 2020 Australian Open, but never quite recaptured that 2019 form. Add to that a growing struggle with injuries and mental health. By 2023, after a string of first-round exits and battles with burnout, Amanda made the difficult but necessary decision to step away from the game. She cited her mental well-being, exhaustion, and a desire to heal off court. She was only 21. Most tennis fans, even the loyal ones, assumed she'd fade away like so many once promising juniors, but then came 2024. Quietly, no buzz, no bold claims, just a name on the draw sheet. Amanda Anisimova. Anisimova's re-entry into the WTA circuit wasn't dramatic. No major wildcards, no press conferences, just hard work, and a surprising run at Charleston that caught everyone off guard. She beat two top 30 players in back-to-back rounds. Her court positioning was sharp. Her backhand, still pure magic. And for once, it wasn't just the strokes, I guess it was the focus, the intensity, the fire. She was playing like someone who missed the game. In interviews, Amanda seemed more centered. She talked about gratitude, about regaining her love for tennis. She didn't pretend everything was perfect, but she looked different. There was purpose behind her shot selection. More patience in rallies, better control of emotions, and fans started whispering again, "She's back. She's dangerous. She looks better than ever." But the media wasn't fully sold. Some pundits questioned the hype. Yes, Charleston was a great run, but can she sustain that over a full calendar year? Her ranking was still outside the top 60. She hadn't faced the top 5 yet, and even in her wins, there were signs of rust, double faults at key moments, physical fatigue in 3-set matches, then came Madrid and Abu Dhabi, mixed results. A couple of strong wins followed by early exits. The inconsistency reappeared just like it did post 2019. Tennis Twitter lit up. Classic Anisimova. One good week, then she disappears. She's too fragile to go deep anymore. Stop pretending she's still a future slam champ. The debate was back on, and that's what makes this comeback so tricky. Amanda Anisimova isn't just fighting opponents, she's fighting perception. Every match feels like a referendum on her entire career. Every bad set gets magnified. Every good performance is met with cautious optimism. The question now isn't just can she come back, it's should we believe she will? Let's talk game. Technically, Amanda Anisimova is still one of the cleanest ball strikers on tour. Her backhand is arguably top 5 in the WTA. Flat, compact, and capable of redirecting pace with surgical precision. Her forehand, while occasionally erratic, has improved. She's added more topspin, more margin, and better court coverage on the run. Her serve, still a work in progress. She can generate pace, but the placement and second serve reliability remain question marks. Against elite returners like Swiatek or Sabalenka, that's a liability. Fitness-wise, there are concerns. In long 3-set matches, especially on clay or in heat, she still appears to fade physically. Whether that's due to her time away or natural conditioning gaps is unclear. Mentally, though, that's where the growth shows. She's no longer slamming rackets or rushing points. She's using variety, mixing in drop shots, using angles, adjusting tactics mid-match. That's maturity, and that's something most 23-year-olds don't have. But how does she stack up against her generational peers? Coco Gauff? More athletic, more consistent, better defense. Emma Raducanu? Similar trajectories, but Raducanu hasn't yet shown the same level of aggressive shot making. Leylah Fernandez? More heart, but less firepower. The real issue for Anisimova isn't talent, it's trust. Can fans and pundits trust her body to hold up for 10 straight months? Can she handle the grind of Asia Swing plus clay plus US Open plus WTA finals? Can she keep winning when the novelty of her comeback wears off? Right now, the jury's out. But the raw tools, still elite. I'll say this up front. I want Amanda Anisimova to succeed. Not because of nostalgia, not because of 2019, but because her story matters. This isn't just about tennis, it's about what happens when potential meets trauma. What happens when a teenager becomes a star, then a shadow, then tries to be a person again. Amanda took time off to protect her mind, and that should be applauded, not penalized. In an era where mental health is finally being discussed in sports, her honesty sets an example. But that doesn't mean she's immune to critique. If she wants to climb back into the top 20, if she wants to win slams, she needs to prove she can play 40+ matches a year. She needs a fitness plan, a long-term coach, and a schedule that avoids burnout. She's no longer the 17-year-old surprise package. She's a woman, a veteran, and a player who knows the cost of this life. That experience, that pain, it can either crush you or fuel you. I think Amanda's choosing the second option, and that's why this comeback feels different. Not flashy, not forced, just focused. So, let's put it all on the table. Amanda Anisimova has the talent, she has the shot making, and now she seems to have the mindset. But is that enough? In a WTA landscape stacked with hungry teenagers, dominant powerhouses, and baseline grinders, consistency is king, and Amanda's still chasing that. So the question is simple, but powerful. Is Amanda Anisimova truly back, a real threat in the top tier of women's tennis? Or was this just another brief comeback that gets us talking only to fade by next season? Drop your take in the comments. Is she the next big comeback story? Yeah. Or just another chapter in tennis's what if history we'll be watching closely. And if Amanda's story has taught us anything, it's that comebacks aren't just about talent. They're about timing. And maybe, just maybe, Amanda Anisimova's time is now.